Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Mad Capper. This is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. This is the final recap of the free-to-play 2025. As you are probably aware, if you watched the series, if you watched any of my videos on it, I made a boo-boo, which took me out of contention. I was top 10 at the time, and it shut off the points valve, and so we were kind of eliminated, which we knew was going to happen because of my own stupidity during this whole thing down here, which is not there right now. I bought on the wrong account. Just as a recap, I meant to buy on my main account to try to get Hansel because I had Gretel, and I realized too late that I was on this account instead. Right after I pulled, I've actually fed the champions. I fed them as brews, which not even brews. I think I got 12k roughly per. So this account has exactly like brews, and unfortunately the gift went right onto the account, but we're post account now, so it's fine. It gave me energy. I'm gonna say it gave me 1,000 energy maybe, and it gave me like 40 diamonds, gems, whatever. What else did it give me? It gave me a void shard, which I got a nothing rare. In fact, you can see it. Well, it's I believe it. I actually got Huntress, which I guess technically I could keep and use as for Broadmaw, but I don't need Broadmaw, so probably not going to do any good. I didn't get anything on any of mine either because the only other one I pulled was Terex, not very good. Though I did pull a Slixus before that from a void a from Clan Boss, so that's pretty good. So we're just gonna do a recap of where the event was. I can't tell you what my total rank was because obviously we got stripped, which again on us. Though we're still showing up on the kind of the top 10 lists. So where we managed to keep top 10 among the creators was champion development. I had 16. Top was 19. Although admittedly I completely stopped at about a week to go. And of course I was on a week vacation, so I wasn't quite as active in playing. As you can see, we are 90 days in, and yet I still am 4 days away from the 90-day mark. So there were 4 days where I didn't log. I logged in every day, I remember. So I think there was 4 days where, because of how our day was on vacation, I didn't get in before the reset to the next reset, though maybe I logged in early in the morning one day and the next day I logged in late at night, stuff like that. It's okay. It is whatever. Like I said, we weren't going to win. Though I feel like we presented ourselves very well considering the champions we were able to pull in that first month especially, because that's when it's most critical. And if I would have gotten Thor and Truath in the first month, I think it would have been a completely different game because we would have progressed our dungeons a lot quicker, which means we would have gotten gear a lot quicker, which ultimately would have helped our clan boss. But we did end up getting 16 rank 6 champions, which would have put us in 7th. Faction Wars progression, 447 was 10th. And let's take a look at my Faction Wars. We were at 428, so just not where they were, right? Not in that top lead. Our top one, of course, Sacred Order. We actually were able to get to the boss. We weren't able to beat the boss. And stage 20, we're only able to 1-star it at this point. And then Barbarians, we just pushed to 18. 19 fed me my lunch. So, but I do have a team. I have a team for both. I just need to now level up those champions. So that's going to be one of the goals. By the way, I've decided I'm going to keep playing this game as a free-to-play once a week. I'll just do an update where we're at. I'm not going to go any further than that because there's no point. This is nice to be able to have something different than my main account and just have some progression. So our first goal is to get these two to be completion. I have the champions. I just have to level them. I'm going to take them all to 50, see where that gets me, and then we'll see if we need to take any of the others to 6-star, because none of the others are ones I'd really use in a lot of places. So you can see here, I can't even go in, so whatever. But we have Thor leading it, and then we have like a couple rares, War Maiden and Marked. Marked is going to give us some one turn block debuffs, which will be nice. She can also do a decrease accuracy when I get her some gear, so some better gear. And of course, War Maiden for the decreased defense. She just needs some speed, so she's putting it down before, and we should be able to get a little bit further in that on the next open. Um, Sacred Order, it's just like I have a couple of champions. Like I have Mistress of Hymns, who even though is kind of trash, she can still revive, and reviving two champions better than nothing. I just got to get her more survivable so that she can be there for that. So that's where we are there. And then the third one we have any hope is Dark Elf, because we do have, of course, two 6-star champions in Dark Elf, and we're gonna look at probably 6-starring Lua, which will help us in 3v3, and maybe some other areas. We'll see. We'll see. We'll take a look at the account. But so that's kind of our goal in Faction Wars. So we're obviously off the top 10 there. Classic Arena, really everyone was in Gold 5, so it's not any special. I was one of the first 10 to hit Gold 5, I believe. And but now it's just it resets it all the time. Tag Team Arena, we were like everyone else, Bronze 3. No one made it to Bronze 4, so that's that. Though I thought I had a good push chance this week, and then I got slapped down. So people were like, no, you're not. You're not even close. So that's fine. Current fastest champion, 297 Arbiter, which is good enough for 7th. The top at 319 Arbiter. So there were a good spattering of us with Arbiters. Frixis, Neva, Trax, Hell Hades, Dante, and myself all showing Arbiter. I don't know if anyone else got Arbiter, but certainly not that also had the speed out of the creators. I want to say I was 4th in getting Arbiter, because definitely Hell Hades and Trax beat me with them. I'm pretty sure Dante as well. I don't know if the other ones, if Neva and Frixis also got him right away. But I've had her for a couple weeks now. So I don't know if that's... I don't know where we are with that, but we're definitely top 10 on speed. Campaign progression. Everyone's kind of got everything. It doesn't show it in order, but I believe I came in 11th there for finishing Nightmare. Rotation 1, Doom Tower. We definitely didn't do well. Rotation 2, we were 6th. And rotation 3, we were 5th. So we did okay in the Doom Tower. We just got hard stuck on a couple champions. That the one rotation's still going on, and I still have time to push forward. Obviously not for the account or for the challenge, but for the account. Demon Lord progress was probably the area that I was most disappointed. I just couldn't. Look, by the way, I'm looking for a new clan right now. I'm working on getting into a clan with the old Aftershock or somewhere. So clan boss, we can easily our problem is we rebuilt our Nightmare Ultra Nightmare team, and this is now the team I can use. And I'm still considering whether or not to even have Bulwark in. Maybe changing Bulwark for High Dawn Caller. Tabitha? I always make a mistake. Because I really need this to be affinity for both his ability passive and Taragi's passive. And it's like a 10 million swing on Nightmare. 8 million swing on Nightmare. And it's really frustrating when you can't get the affinity. Now, once I get a new clan, hopefully that'll change. Maybe we'll keep this, we'll tweak it around. But at this point, this is the team that I think I'm going to take into Ultra Nightmare until maybe something different happens. Now, I also have Morag as a possibility with ally attack. The strengthen might help me. I don't think anyone else here, like we could bring in Marked to try to block, maybe on special affinity, maybe not. If Truath gets his... See, even if Truath gets his books, it still doesn't feel like it's a smart one. I do have what's her name, Melga. There's nothing here that's really, even if we bring in the Master Vault. Let's take out, for example, let's take a look. None of these champions really inspire me for clan boss per se. Um, I don't see anything here that's going to really move the dial for this for clan boss. What I will say is the biggest miss here is I can't take out Ugo because I need her leech, and really I don't need Ugo. I'd rather have like Sawai because she does bring literally everything to the table that Ugo does, except for the heals, which is why I need that leech. So if I were to get like a real consistent leech champion, we might try that if that champion makes sense for the team as well. As you can see, here's all the. I mean, we did pick up Lorne recently. He has a leech, but it's also with the heal reduction. So the point of getting rid of Ugo would really just be because we don't want to put up that block buffs because it takes up a spot on the 10 max debuffs. So this is really where my world is. Claude might be a thought. He gives me increased accuracy, so I can play with some builds a little bit. He gives shield, and he does put the decreased crit rate, which is going to lower the amount of damage I'm taking. And he does heal at the start of this champion's turn 10%, but I don't know if 10% is really enough to keep me alive. So, you know, our biggest other options here, because this will give us more survivability, it gives us 25% HP, and it gives consistent heals, it gives the increased defense and increased attack, more damage, and more survivability, and actually has a revive, plus has that 10% heal. So there's some, maybe this is the answer right here. So I did try the other one. I got about 12 million, but I didn't land the leech on Ultra Nightmare, and it was Void Affinity. So we're going to have to try that when we can hit an Ultra Nightmare with Affinity. So we'll see. So that's Clan Boss. What else is there? Hydra, we didn't land on the top. I didn't get a chance to hit the last time. I think I have a team that could have gotten into hard and gotten a number there, but I just didn't get a chance. I was on vacation. But I think I can build a team. I can build a team like this. I do have a lot of different options. Churath, once Churath gets those final books, is a big deal. Right here. We need the books into here, and we're just not getting them. So long term, being able to get him fully booked out is going to help this because he's got that veil, which is going to help. And this is a good. This team worked really well. We got the fire. We've got debuffs. We've got an AOE decreased attack, which is important. We've got some damage. The HP burn's actually the biggest deal, but of course Alice is also going to take down heads real quickly. She really is into taking down head. So there's some progression there. That's not going to be the immediate focus, but that's definitely an area. Ooh, look at that! Yay! Oh, I don't even have enough silver. Okay, we're gonna have to do this while we're like. I should have never went in there. Now I gotta try to sell stuff. Don't even look, guys. Don't even look. Don't even ask yourself what's going on right now. Just don't even look. Okay. Let's get back in there and buy that sucker. I am so close. I have not pulled a legendary from Ancient Shards. Both my legendaries came back to back on Sacreds. I feel like I have to be at Pity. And unfortunately, this game, 6 years in, still doesn't want to show us what Pity is. But how many shards in 3 months could I have possibly gotten? And now I just keep going. I keep going. And I'm not even getting new ones anymore. Like I don't even get new champions anymore. There's champions I could use, but I don't get any. Oh, by the way, for missions, we're starting to run into Ramontu. Some of these early ones are actually pretty easy. I've already got some done. It's really nice. It's just free resources. I didn't even really look at it, but just kind of came in here once. I was like, oh, I can pop off 4 of them. Now we just have to do 10,000 points in events, which will just take time, but not a concern. We obviously have the fusion warm-up event, which will pop off here. That'll help us. We have that's the only thing right now. Once we get more events in, so it's nice to be able to run through the Ramontu. As for Chimera, we didn't run our last one. The last thing we did do on normal was like 12 million. 10th is 16 million. Could I have gotten to 16? I don't know. Um, I like to think I would have had progressed, but I don't think that far. So that's where we are there. For the dungeons, we are sitting at, as it ends, I have a stage 20. It's about a 90%, 95%. And it actually uses Thor. And what I sometimes do is actually take off his ring. And that allows him to stun all the time without killing them. So then my HP burns actually get some effectiveness. Between Thor and Armiger, I usually, unless we get a resist at the wrong time, I can usually outdo his turn meter, which allows us to just take our time. Sometimes it takes 2 minutes, sometimes it takes 5 minutes. Where that is, unfortunately, there, 10th is stage 21, so obviously I could be 11th, I could be 100th. So, but that's, hey, for that Spider's Den, that's all we really cared about. We did make hard 4 on Fire Knight. Dragon. It's hard 6 is 10th. I just couldn't get past. I actually got past manually stage 4. Stage 5, I think I just need better speeds. I don't really have a real good answer for the dragon, and that's what kills me. It really depends on some RNG, which is not good. We don't want RNG. We just don't have a strong enough. I might retool Kale after I get another nuker built. I might retool Kale to be very survivable and just all about those poisons. Because if I can land the poisons on the dragon, I might be able to progress further in that. Fire Knight, really happy with Fire Knight. We did get this. This is a farmable stage 25. I can do it all the time. It very rarely fails. And as it stands, it's third. I was in first for a really long time. Bront did get ahead of me with a better time on 25. And Dythy did finish hard 1. I cannot do hard 1. Don't have freeze. So that's where we are with Fire Knight. Sand Devil, we did try to push 14. Force Affinity kills me every time. I have so many Magic Affinity champions that's just very difficult. You see how it goes from 56 seconds, an easy clear for me, to just can't beat it. Shogun, admittedly, I didn't try to go past 15, but it is Force Affinity, so maybe I can get through there now, but not at the time. The final dungeon thing, Minotaur, not really important. I did end up in 5th on timing. Really doesn't do much for you, but some people did, get faster times on Minotaur. I don't do whatever. And the keeps don't really count for anything, which is too bad. I was 7th. So 7th on Arcane, 7th on Void, 5th on Spirit, 2nd in Magic, and 10th in Force Keep. Of course, a keep on the map on the ones you don't get the extra points from. Iron Twins, we really didn't push any further. We got 7th. We could probably go further, but it's just not something I did. So that, I think, is really all the areas that we're talking for progression. If we look at the champions I have here, obviously we have a couple of pretty good legendaries. The free legendary Thor was amazing once we got him. We got him into the 2nd month. I did put him into lethal gear, which I did drop some of his stats for that. He's at not quite 4K attack, 181 crit damage. I'm okay with that, though. I'm not really worried about it. We do still have a hitter. We did take her out of her gear too, to speed her up, and she's got more crit damage. She's got more speed. She's got more attack, but she doesn't have ignore defense anymore. She's not in the savage gear. And again, this was really just for Clan Boss, and I want to see if I can push Clan Boss with her in it. Ultimately, would love to push Clan Boss without her in it. That would be amazing. But this is where we're going for now, and we're going to see where that takes us. As far as where am I still progressing? We still need a couple books here. I would love to get that cooldown. This would be an okay cooldown, but really this cooldown here would be really helpful for progression. He also has this every 10th hit he does the stun, which is nice. Each thunder stack increases the champion's damage by 3%. Which we got to watch because that actually hurts us in Spider. But overall, it's been working really well. I do have a good secondary. I don't know, not crazy speed, but we do have 253 now on her as our secondary speed. Our Arbiter, like we showed, just under 300, 297 speed. We did get some kind of speed on the banner. That's really where our wins are. And if you see here, we got a double speed, we got a double speed, we got a 45 with speed, but we need more. I don't think I can ascend that any further, right? So we should probably do that. That'll give us some good speed right away. We have a triple speed on a 5-star. We have a double speed here, triple speed on a 6-star. Pretty hard to change that one out. So really, there's lots of room for growth, obviously. We need some really good opportunities, but pretty good. Not a lot of top tier. Like, you don't build a 6-star Sawai in this challenge unless you have to. I guess can I do this and include Master Vault? Yeah. And whatever, include Reserve Vault. So the champs that made sense to build, you see the first 4 make perfect sense that they're 6-star. First 5 even. Morag, we tried to build her in. No regrets. She's really strong for me in 3v3. I gotta give her gear back. I just took her gear away when we were rebuilding or when we were building our clan boss team. Sabbatha, very helpful for us. Tagore, it's a no-brainer. Obviously Taragi. These all make sense. Till you get to Sawai, Bulwark. Obviously Kale was one we were gonna do. I didn't realize he was missing a thing. I have to fix him up. Armiger was full intention. Infernal Baroness was just will this work? Turns out we didn't need it, so whatever. She's Faction Wars now. We can probably make sure we take some of her better gear away from her. And then Allure, I didn't realize I just took all her gear, so I'm gonna have to fix her up too because we use her a lot. Wow, she really got killed. We just gotta make sure her speed and her accuracy are back up. We aren't using her for anything other than just control on the Fire Knight. So, ones I didn't. I thought I was gonna use a Cult Brawler, and I really didn't. And maybe that's the answer. Maybe it's time to bring him in to get that consistent damage on the boss with the poisons. That's a thought too. The problem with him is that he's not really strong in Faction Wars. Like, he's not a no-brainer in Faction Wars. So if I build him out, then, and it doesn't work out for me for the clan boss, then he's just kind of a sore spot. Like, he's just kind of not really useful. We'd still use him in Faction Wars, but like, I guess we could try to bring him into Ice Golem. He does have some definite usability in Ice Golem, maybe in Dragon as well, because he's putting the poisons up. So maybe that's our call. Instead of trying to get Kale, who it's so hard to get Kale to that survivable point when you get to a certain level, a Cult Brawler's got way more HP. Maybe that's the answer. We still need Rector Drath built up. We definitely want Vildrax built up at this point, at some point for the Hydra boss. After that, I mean, I do want to try Slixus. I've never built him on any account, so that'd be fun. Frenzy, Hydra boss possibilities. Lua to replace Kale as the damaged nuker. Way better nuker for Arena, so we want to get her built up. Duden, I think he's more useful than I give him credit for sometimes. Obviously, Gorgorab, and again, good build up for 3v3, good secondary speed lead. Gizcard, Knight Errant, these are all going to be Faction Wars. Bellower, I'm going to build out Bellower for Faction Wars, and then eventually can be my farmer, though no rush there. These two for Faction Wars. Then it gets a little bit shadier, although I will say Hotatsu's pretty good. Haven't tried Light Ward yet. So there's definitely, we're building out Metal Shaper once we can get some books into him for the Scarab boss. We have the speed tune proper. We just he needs to be a 2-turn cooldown. So that's where we are there. And then you see, as you know, just other spatterings of champions that may never see the light of day. But I do want to push Faction Wars as my goal now. As I said, I'm going to keep playing this on a weekly basis, and I'm going to give myself goals. And the first goal is some significant push in Faction Wars, which means taking a lot of champions to 5-star. Everywhere else, I can farm what I need to farm. So it's really Faction Wars and Clan Boss, and I feel like Clan Boss requires gear, so that just requires energy, right? I can farm what I need to farm. I just need to get enough farming in that eventually we win there. So that's where we're going with that. And then finally, I'm just going to play it out and have fun. And our final goals will be to 100% Faction Wars, to get Marius, or get to Ramontu. I don't know about Marius. Get Ramontu is a reasonable goal for this, and we'll see once we get there. And, you know, hit a 1 key Ultra Nightmare. Those are kind of the big goals. Maybe a Hydra goal of being able to hit Nightmare. 1 key Nightmare might be a bit much for it, but we'll see. Well, if we give ourselves a year, my goal for this account would be to play it till the end of the year. At the end of the year, hopefully sometime in January of next year, we'll have Free to Play Challenge 2026. This account will do a giveaway, and we'll play Free to Play 2026 with a fresh account. We'll do the same thing and give ourselves new goals, different goals there, or push it through. I think it keeps it fresh for me, because as I get new champions, I find ways to use champions that normally you wouldn't, because when you already have a stacked account, it doesn't matter. So that's kind of where we are with this. That is the final Free to Play 2025 challenge. Apologize that I accidentally did a spend. This account has seen, I can't say it's seen no benefit, because it did get essentially, I think, 5 brews, 5 12K brews. If you want to see, let's see, where's a 5-star or a 4-star? Sorry, 17,086. That seems a little bit high. I thought it was less than 17, but maybe okay. So it's not quite a full brew. So I got that. Plus, I got some energy and some shards. The shards did nothing for me. I got nothing but 3-star food out of the shards, and one. No, we all 3-star food. We got these two, tree feller and what's your name? Whatever your name. I don't even care what your name is. So we didn't really get anything out of it, but it is, the rules were the rules. I'm not complaining. I knew it was going to happen. But we still pushed. We still pushed on. We still kept with the account. Now we're going to keep pushing that forward with no spend on this account. Other than that little blip, which happened, and it is what it is. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys continue to watch this once a week. We're going to try to do something. Probably on the weekend we'll post and give you weekly updates on what's going on in the account. Thank you for watching. As always, of course, please be kind, be safe, and we'll see you in the next video.